What's going on, y'all? It's GumGumTCG here, back again with another live duel commentary, and this time from OP04. That's right, finally got some OP04 footage from my locals. This was just a local tournament the other day, and I've got two of my friends here playing against each other. One on the left playing Doflamingo, and the other on the right playing Katakuri. Both these decks are insanely strong moving into the new format, and yeah, this will be a good representation of how they play. And if you didn't notice, they're playing on a mat from Dueling Guard. Dueling Guard is an amazing company that makes anime-inspired TCG accessories such as binders, deck boxes, and play mats. If you're interested in anything like that, make sure to go check the link in my description to their website along with code GUMGUMTCG you can use for a discount at checkout. What? You haven't heard of Dueling Guard? Dueling Guard is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times, so if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GUMGUMTCG for a discount at checkout. It looks like they're going to roll some dice. Can't really tell what they rolled. I don't remember the numbers on these, but I think the player on the left won and got the high roll, and I'm pretty sure he's going to choose to go second here, which I don't think Katakuri's too mad at. You know, they got a good curve going first and second. They looked at their hands and they don't really like what they're seeing here, so they're going to go ahead and shuffle those back up and, yeah, get them back over, and now they got to keep these hands, get their life, and get rolling. Looks like Katakuri's hand is not too strong. He is going first here. He passes, and then Doflamingo also passes, so it's back to Katakuri on turn 3. He's going to hit for 9, look at his own life, and move it to the bottom there. Doflamingo just takes the life, draws his card, and hits him for 5. Katakuri takes it, triggers a Sanji out of life, and then looks like Doflamingo is going to search with a Nami. This is going to be the film version of the deck, so he's going to look at the top 5, add a film card. He finds the Monkey D. Luffy blocker, sets to active, and passes back to Katakuri here. Katakuri up on 5 Dawn now. Drew his card for turn. See what he's going to think about doing. He's going to go ahead and swing for 7. He's going to look at his life, and he's going to think about what he wants to do with it. If he wants to put this at the top or move it to the bottom. Looks like he's going to save it for later in the game. Doflamingo's still thinking on this hit here. They do have that free Dawn, so he's going to use that Punk Gibson and rest that Sanji. That's pretty powerful, but hey, another Sanji's going to defend him. So he passes back over to the Doflamingo player, and he gets his Dawn, gets his draw for the turn. He's up at 7 Dawn here. Looks like he only has 6. He should be at 7. No, I'm wrong. He should be at 6. That's my bad. He attacks with Nami for 5. He looks at the top 3 and adds nothing. He whiffed. So he's going to attack Sanji again for another 5, and that eats a counter again. He plays Guild Tesoro and passes. This card is insanely strong. I know people are trying to cut it out of the list because it's kind of bricky. It's a big body, no counter, but drawing 2 cards for free is incredibly strong in any card game. So yeah, he's going to try and protect that, get those extra draws, and now Katakuri's thinking about what they want to do for the turn. They are on 7 Dawn now. There's the 7 Dawn. I knew 7 Dawn was somewhere coming soon, so he's thinking about what he wants to do here. Looks like he's going to go swinging at Nami for 7. He's going to look at his life. He wants that at the bottom, so he knows the last 3 life card he has here. And he's going to play Perospero before he attacks with Sanji again into the leader and eats a Usopp out of the hand. Doflamingo's up on 8 Dawn here. Think about how he wants to play this turn. Likely he's going to use that Monkey D. Luffy we saw earlier off of the Nami search. Probably attack with Guild Tesoro as well for 7, and then shuffle back to get a draw. He's thinking on it, though. He definitely has some options to play off of that Luffy, so he's going to attack Katakuri for 6. That's going to eat a Beige 2k counter out of the hand, and then he is going to play that Luffy, which is going to play Usopp. Nice beater, and then he's going to go Guild Tesoro, put 2 back to draw 2. And Katakuri's going to think about it. He's going to toss another 2k out of his hand, and he's going to pass, get his 2 Dawn, and it's over to Katakuri here with 9 Dawn now, so he's got a whole lot to play with, but still not at that Big Mom. He is going to use a Pudding and get searching. He's going to find it, though. There it is. Super strong, oppressive card, especially when played in multiples. Gonna think about his turn here. He's got a couple different options in his hand, so looks like he's gonna think about how he wants to distribute his Dawn for the turn. There he goes. He's gonna go 9, looking at his own life. See what the Dofi player does here. Thinking they do have a Punk Gibson in their hand, and they have that free 2 Dawn active, so yeah, looks like it's going to eat the Punk Gibson with the Luffy blocking it, and he's going to rest one of the Sanji blockers. Puts Katakuri in a tougher situation here. He's going to have to decide how he wants to go about the rest of this turn. See a Thunderbolt lurking at the top of his hand, but not sure if he wants to use it. Oh, he is. He's going to get rid of that Guild Tesoro. He knows how strong that is. But it did cost him a Beige off the top of his life. He's then going to attack Luffy for 11. Really wants that Luffy gone. He's going to eat at least a couple cards out of hand here if possible. But looks like no, he's just going to let that Luffy go. And he's going to pass back to him. Doflamingo up on 10 Dawn now. And you can see it in his hand. He's got the 10 drop Dofi. So see what he does here. It's going to be really strong if he does play it here, because he can rest. He can keep the leader, the Sanji, and that Parasparrow beater rested. Oh, interesting. He decides to play a Sugar to rest the Sanji. He's going to attack at one of them for 6k. That goes down. He's going to attack again for another 6k with the Usopp. I think they're confirming about the Sugar effect here. And that's going to eat 2 cards out of Katakuri's hand. We know the last card is that 10 drop Big Mom. He's then going to play an Uta. Oh, that's my bad. I thought the Doflamingo player was up on 10 Dawn, but I forgot that he shuffled back the other turn. So he is actually at 8 right now, so he could not have played that Doflamingo. Katakuri player here is reading Sugar just to make sure it is worded how he thinks it is. You know, this card's a little confusing on activation. It is a mandatory effect to rest a card when something is played. So you can always play around it by playing something that's not super important. He's also going to read that Uta to see how he can play around that. He's going to attack with Sanji into that Usopp. It's going to eat a 2k counter out of the hand. Then he's going to go for it again with the Katakuri. He's just eating some attacks here. He's going to let the Usopp die. But he's trying to get some attacks off without using any Dawn, so he can play that Big Mom to try and get that 2 life advantage here. He attacks for 8 at lead, taking a life from him, and then the Big Mom also rips a life and gains him 1. That Sugar does get to rest the Big Mom, though, which is huge, huge here for the Doflamingo player. Thinking about how he wants to do this turn. He's going to attack that Sanji for 5, and with that 1 card in hand, if it has a counter, he can save it, but oh, it does have a counter. He's going to attack it again with the Uta, and he's going to go big Doflamingo to keep the leader, the Parasparrow, and the Lin rested. So that gives him a huge advantage this next turn. So we'll see what Katakuri player is going to do here. It looks like they're going to put a whole lot of Dawn under Pudding. I think that's 7. Yeah, 7 Dawn underputting to hit for 9 into the Uta. And he's just going to let it go. He doesn't think it's that important. Then he's going to play a Brule blocker from hand. Alright, well, here's the next Doflamingo. This is usually how these games go. If it's not Katakuri dropping the 10 drops consistently, then it's Doflamingo. And that Doflamingo is almost a turn skip if you play it right. So he's going to eat a life off of him. And he's also going to take out something else. Looks like he tried to take out the Parasparrow, but the Brule blocker ate the hit. Now it's back to the Katakuri player, and he's just in this rested position. It's kind of looking a little rough. Looks like he's got a 2K counter, and a smoothie in his hand. I'm gonna think about what he wants to do here. It's very tricky when you cannot attack with your leader or any of your characters other than one that has 2,000 power against a deck that consistently has the Dawn for events in hand and big bodies. It can be pretty devastating. So it looks like he is going to go for 7 at his leader here. He's going to use Spider's Web and restand that Doflamingo. Plays a Charlotte Smoothie, but it gets rested by the sugar. And Doflamingo player is going to think here. He's going to go 10 into Parasparrow. He's going to go another 10 into Smoothie. And he's going to play another Doflamingo. It's insane. Then he attacks lead for 5, which Katakuri player takes. And I don't know, looking like it's on the ropes here. He's going to play the 7-cost Charlotte Linlin and make Doflamingo have to use a choice, but game's pretty much over here. He's got 3 10k swings with 10 Dawn as well, and the sugar to rest anything else. The Doflamingos are actually insane. He even had the 4th one in hand. He had just what he needed to get over that Katakuri. You know, those big bombs can be very devastating in a simplified game state, but if you can rest them like he did with the sugar and then keep it rested so they don't have that big beater, I think that's where you can come out on top with the Doflamingo deck list. The Doflamingo player actually went and took the rest of the locals down, got first place that day. That deck is super strong and slept on. If you haven't checked out my deep dive video on that deck, make sure to go check that out. I'll leave that linked in the description below. Also, make sure to go check out Dueling Guard. I have a link to their website in the description below, as well as code GUMGUMTCG you can use for a discount at checkout. Make sure to check me out on social media. I have all those down below, as well as my Discord server where we're going to hold a free box tournament once we hit 100 members. So if you're not in there, go get in there before we close that up. And thank you so much for watching the video. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.